Good morning from the International Space Station Flight Control Room here at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, where the flight control team is working in tandem this morning with their Russian counterparts at the Mission Control Center. Inside the Soyuz MS-17, which will be the spacecraft in action today, is NASA flight engineer Kate Rubins, Soyuz commander Sergei Ryzhikov, and Russian flight engineer Sergei Kuznetsov. They are strapped into their seats in their Sokol launch and entry suits, ready to take a short spin around the station this morning. For the undocking, fly-around, and redocking today, Ryzhikov will be doing all of the driving. He will manually fly the Soyuz away from the station to a position above the Poisk module for the redocking, which is scheduled for 12:07 p.m. Central Time today. The relocation today will free up the Rassvet port for the docking of another Soyuz vehicle designated the MS-18, which will carry 3 Expedition 65 crew members to the station next month. NASA's Mark Vande Hei and Oleg Novinsky and Pyotr Dubrov of Roscosmos are scheduled to launch to the station Friday, April 9th from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan.
Page 86 is in work.
And half a world away at the Russian Mission Control Center on the outskirts of Moscow in the town of Korolyov are Russian flight controllers in control of today's relocation activity.
Copy. Inaudible.
Running through some of the milestones today, just a short time from now, at 11:37 a.m. Central Time, the command will be issued to initiate the opening of the hooks holding the Soyuz to the Earth-facing side of the Rassvet module, where the Soyuz MS-17 vehicle has been parked since Rubins, Ryzhikov, and Kuznetsov arrived on October 14th after their launch. 90 seconds later, at 11:38, the command will be issued for hooks to open, and that's when springs on both sides of the interface between Soyuz and Rassvet push off one another, and we'll have physical separation.
I am confirming.
4 minutes after physical separation, at 11:42, moving at a rate of 0.2 of a meter per second, the Soyuz will reach a distance of 40 meters from the station. At that point, there will be a couple of minutes of station keeping where the Russian Mission Control Center will be in contact with Ryzhikov to make sure all of the systems on the Soyuz are okay before the fly-around at 11:45. The fly-around will take about 13 minutes to complete, going from nadir to zenith, and for the Soyuz to properly align itself with the Poisk module on the space-facing side on the Russian segment of the station. Then, around 11:58, the Soyuz will park itself to allow Russian flight controllers to assess the alignment of the vehicle to the Poisk module's docking port, again at a distance of about 40 meters before the go is given for final approach. That final approach initiation will come at 12:01 p.m. Central Time. They'll close in on the Poisk module at 1/10 of a meter per second for a docking 6 minutes later at 12:07 p.m. And once the hooks are closed and the port relocation is complete, the crew in the Soyuz will conduct a series of leak checks. They plan to open up the hatch to the International Space Station around 2:30 p.m. Central Time. They'll remove their spacesuits and the Soyuz will be placed back on station power.
R9 command for the video camera completed. R8 command is armed. R9 in work. R8 issued. And on input 2, the TV format selected F1 service.
Принято, включаем сетку.
Overlay in place. NCV activation mode. Verification.
At this hour, NASA flight engineer Kate Rubins, Soyuz commander Sergei Ryzhikov, and Russian flight engineer Sergei Kuznetsov are strapped into their seats in their Sokol launch and entry suits, ready to take a short spin around the station this morning.
Unintelligible and copy. F7. F7 is issued.
This graphic on your screen right now shows the components of a Soyuz spacecraft. The top is the orbital module, which contains the docking mechanism, and the crew in this Soyuz, Kate Rubins, Commander Sergei Ryzhikov, and Sergei Kuznetsov are currently in the middle portion of the Soyuz, which is the descent module, as they were for launch back in October. Earlier this morning, the crew moved from the service module inside the MS-17 vehicle, closed the hatches, and began a series of leak checks to make sure there was an airtight seal, now ready for today's relocation activity. Again, the relocation today will free up the Rassvet port for the docking of another Soyuz vehicle designated the MS-18, which will carry 3 Expedition 65 crew members to the station next month. That'll be NASA's Mark Vande Hei and Roscosmos' Oleg Novinsky and Pyotr Dubrov. They are scheduled to launch to the station on Friday, April 9th from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. The port relocation today will be the 15th overall Soyuz port relocation, and this is the first time since August 2019 when the Expedition 60 crew performed a similar operation from the aft port of the Zvezda module to the Poisk module. Again, this view now is a view from the Russian Mission Control Center on the outskirts of Moscow in the town of Korolyov, and Russian flight controllers there are in control of today's relocation activity. Just a short time from now, at 11:37 a.m. Central Time, the command will be issued to initiate the opening of the hooks holding the Soyuz to the Earth-facing side of the Rassvet module, where the Soyuz MS-17 vehicle has been parked since Rubins, Ryzhikov, and Kuznetsov arrived on October 14th.
Фаворы, ну у вас есть вот
Фаворы.
подтверждайте.
Depot 2 is selected. Are you confirming?
Да, подтверждаю.
Depot K2 is selected. Confirming. Copy. In 1 minute, we'll issue the command.
Да, подтверждаем.
Yes.
Дисплей плюсовой.
Confirming.
R17.
Понял.
And the International Space Station currently in an orbital nighttime, but is flying over China.
Copy.
Принято. Включено. Выдал дисплей поиска.
It's done.
Принято.
Copy.
Выбрал формат движения.
And we have
Подаю формат.
format selected.
And now 10 minutes away from the command being issued to initiate the opening of the hooks holding the Soyuz to the Earth-facing side of the Rassvet module.
Are you confirming?
Пока нет еще.
Not yet.
Чуть попозже получим. Подготовьте И2.
We get an acknowledgement. Yes, now.
Готовим И2.
Unintelligible. E2
Принял.
armed.
Минуту до РДР.
DRDR.
Подтверждаем минуту.
Confirming 1 minute DSD.
Тридцать секунд. Секунд.
10 seconds before RDR. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Command is sent. Command has been sent. Okay, so it's the removal of the inhibit of RDR. We have OSK test 7, and on the display we have the confirmation and maneuver, and we do not need GSO yet in attitude. I'm transitioning.
And the station is currently in an orbital nighttime as the International Space Station is flying over the Northwest Pacific Ocean, running through some of the milestones again today. Just a short time from now, at 11:37 a.m. Central Time, the command will be issued to initiate the opening of the hooks, which are holding the Soyuz to the Earth-facing side of the Rassvet module. 90 seconds later, at 11:38, the command will be issued for the hooks to open, and that is when springs on both sides of the interface between the Soyuz and Rassvet will push off against one another and will have physical separation. 4 minutes after physical separation, at 11:42, moving at a rate of 0.2 of a meter per second, the Soyuz will reach a distance of 40 meters from the station. At that point, there will be a couple minutes of station keeping where the Russian Mission Control Center will be in contact with Ryzhikov to make sure all of the systems on the Soyuz are okay before the fly-around at 11:45.
There too is not eliminated. Copied.
And that fly-around will take about 13 minutes to complete, going from nadir to zenith, and for the Soyuz to properly align itself with the Poisk module on the space-facing side on the Russian segment of the station. Then around 11:58, the Soyuz will park itself to allow Russian flight controllers to assess the alignment. And the final approach initiation will come at 12:01 p.m. Central Time. They'll close in on the Poisk module for a docking 6 minutes later at 12:07.
K11.
Again, once those hooks are closed and the port relocation is complete, the crew in the Soyuz will conduct a series of leak checks, and they plan to open up the hatch to the International Space Station around 2:30 p.m. Central Time today. They'll remove their spacesuits, and the Soyuz will be placed back on station power.
We have indication.
В 19:36 запитываем ССВП.
At 19:36,
Это через полминуты.
you will send the SSVP activation command. Copy. In 2 minutes, we will send the command. It is being armed right now. Okay, the command is ready.
Again, the International Space Station is in an orbital nighttime right now, but you are looking live at the Soyuz MS-17 spacecraft. Again, inside is NASA flight engineer Kate Rubins, Soyuz commander Sergei Ryzhikov, and Russian flight engineer Sergei Kutsvertskov. Again, they are strapped into their seats in their Sokol launch and entry suits, ready to take a short spin around the station just moments from now.
Принимаем картинку.
We are receiving the image. Favore. Copy.
Значит, после расстыковки
After the undocking,
This is a view of the engineering data that is being processed through the Soyuz MS-17 at this hour.
docking nodes surface so that there are no foreign objects, and then transition to the narrow angle. Send the command to do that, and
Standing by for the call of free drift in just 1 minute, which is when the International Space Station will be placed in free drift, meaning all the thruster activities will be disabled for the time being.
after the undocking, we will transition to the narrow angle lens.
20 секунд до включения питания.
20 seconds before the activation of SSVP power.
Есть.
10 seconds.
21 пока так и нет.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Включаем.
Activation.
Есть питание.
SSVP is powered
Дмитрий 11.
at the 11,
Дмитрий
the 15. Yes, I confirm. The 17. I confirm. S13, 13.
And the International Space Station has been placed in free drift, again meaning that all thruster activities are disabled for the time being. We're now standing by for Ryzhikov to issue the command to begin a 90-second procedure to open the hooks holding the Soyuz vehicle in place at the moment to the docking port on the Rassvet module.
На выдачу команды до 3 крюков.
So the command to open the hooks will be sent in 1937.
20 секунд. Здесь.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. The command is sent.
And the command has been issued to initiate the opening of the hooks holding the Soyuz to the Earth-facing side of the Rassvet module. Again, it'll take about 90 seconds for the hooks to open now.
The 11 is illuminated. The transfer hatch is closed. Copy. Now, R8 command should be...
You're getting a live look now of the engineering data that is being processed through the Soyuz MS-17.
The command is armed. Copy.
And the hooks are driving.
The mechanical contact is not illuminated anymore. Copy. Separation.
And the Soyuz has undocked. Undocking occurring on time at 11:38 and 30 seconds a.m. Central Time as the International Space Station flew over the Western Pacific.
Please control inaudible.
You can see the Soyuz backing away slowly now at a rate of 0.2 of a meter per second. Again, the Soyuz will reach a distance of 40 meters from the station in about 4 minutes, and at that point, there will be a couple minutes of station keeping where the Russian Mission Control Center will be in contact with Ryzhikov to make sure all Soyuz systems are okay before they begin the final fly-around at 11:45 a.m. Central Time.
So Andrei will be talking to you from now on. Favore, greetings to you. Now we're starting to monitor the separation. Yes, we can see the docking port from the vehicle. Copy. The depot activation is confirmed. Copy. So the range is about 6 meters. Copy. I can see the docking port in periscope very clearly. There are no foreign objects, no contamination. The target is right in the center. Copy. Separation is being continued.
Again, Ryzhikov is backing the Soyuz MS-17 away to a distance of about 40 meters before he puts the brakes on for a period of station keeping.
The range is 10 meters.
The next milestone after that will be the fly-around, which will begin at 11:45 to reposition the Soyuz to another 40-meter distance away from the Poisk module.
Well, it is at your discretion. So whatever image suits you better.
Standing by now for station keeping, which is set to begin at 11:42 and 30 seconds.
Separation is continuing. The range is 14 meters. Copy. So the vehicle should be in the cone, and so the target should be in the center of the periscope. 2 squares is allowed. Copy. So the target is a little bit to the right, and the separation is going on. Copy. The range is about 20 meters now. Copy. The crosshairs are aligned. Copy. In 30 minutes, we are expecting inaudible.
Как на экране ВСК наблюдаете мишень?
So, do you see the target on the periscope screen? Yes, I can see it very clearly. Copy. The range is 25 meters. Copy. I'm ready to perform. So the velocity will be 0.12 meters per second, and the separation will be on push rods. Copy. The range is 30 meters. Copy. Station keeping mode. Copy. Is confirmed.
And the brakes are on. Station keeping is now underway.
So I'm monitoring station keeping mode. Copy. It's sunrise. We're going into sunrise. Copy.
The Soyuz now coming up on an orbital sunrise.
Maneuver should be prepared. So the maneuver to the right is being performed, and the range is 30 meters. Copy. Maneuver is started. Copy.
Ryzhikov in the final steps of the roll maneuver that will put the Soyuz in the correct orientation to begin the fly-around and repositioning of the Soyuz MS-17.
Copy.
Здесь небольшое мерцание экрана, не знаю, как вы это наблюдаете. Но по выставке же.
Unintelligible.
Да, наблюдаем небольшое мерцание.
33 meters is the range right now, and I continue maneuver. Copy.
Продолжайте разворот по кривому.
Unintelligible.
Развернулись на 45 градусов, перпендикулярно оси станции.
So we are on perpendicular to the axis of the station, and I continue the maneuver. Copy.
Фавор 2, подготовьте ВИП команду. Можно выдать.
Favor 2, you can prepare and send the command.
Даете разрешение на выдачу команды ВИП?
You mean VIPS, probe extension to initial position command is go? Yes, we confirm it's a go. Copy. I am ready to send the command. I can send it from SSVP display.
Ryzhikov about to send the command to extend the docking probe on the forward end of the Soyuz vehicle.
It's a go? Yes, the command is sent.
And the command has been sent for probe extension.
Probe extension to initial position was sent. Copy. We continue.
Не только 12 минут физического расхождения команда выдается, и что должна быть выдана.
Unintelligible.
Поэтому мы пораньше попросили вас выдать ее.
We'll ask you to send this command a little bit earlier than planned. So the roll maneuver is coming to an end, is being completed. Copy.
Ryzhikov completing the final steps of the roll maneuver that will put the Soyuz in the correct orientation to begin the fly around and repositioning of the Soyuz MS-17.
Of the vehicle using course antenna. The docking port is in the center of the periscope. Copy. The range is 30 minutes, and the plane of the fly around is ready. Copy. The angular rate should be 0.3 degrees per second.
You're watching live as the Soyuz MS-17 vehicle begins its fly-around under the controls of Soyuz Commander Sergei Ryzhikov. Again, this fly-around will take about 13 minutes to complete, going from the nadir to zenith, and for the Soyuz to properly align itself with the Poisk module on the space-facing side of the Russian segment of the station.
35 meters, and was prepared to monitor the velocity of the fly around.
Удерживать угловой размер края СМ 5-6 клеток.
And I recommend 5-6 squares of the margin on the screen for the fly around. Copy.
Проходим корабль. S1.
So we can see the vehicle on the C1. Copy.
Продолжаем облет вдоль оси.
So the fly around along the axis of the SM is being performed right now. Copy.
Вышли на большой диаметр.
It's we can see big diameter, 6 squares on the screen of the periscope. Copy.
And Cygnus now coming into the picture on the right side of your screen as the Soyuz continues its fly around on the left.
It's the edge of the O compartment, and we continue to fly around. So I can see the indication of the probe extended, and 1951, the program of the Basha is completed. Copy, continue fly around relative to the AO instrument compartment. Copy.
The International Space Station now flying over the Central Pacific.
Развернулись на 25.
25 degrees, 33 meters is the range, and we continue fly around. Copy. Go ahead.
Ryzhikov continues to manually fly the Soyuz MS-17 spacecraft from the Rassvet module to the Poisk module, again freeing up that Rassvet docking port for the arrival of the Expedition 65 crew members of NASA's Mark Vande Hei and Roscosmos' Oleg Novinsky and Pyotr Dubrov. Next up, Ryzhikov will park the Soyuz about 40 meters away from the Poisk module to allow Russian flight controllers to assess the alignment of the vehicle to the docking port before the final go is given for approach and docking.
Выполнили зона по 45 градусов. Дальность 5
The range is 5 squares. Fly around goes on. Copy. Continue fly around.
And you can see 77 progress on the left side of your screen as the Soyuz in the center continues its fly around.
Развернулись на 70.
70 degrees is the maneuver. The range is inaudible. I can see the vehicle, full view. The range is safe, and we continue fly around. Copy. Continue fly around.
This view showing the cross-haired engineering camera on the Soyuz MS-17.
По информации на НПО развернулись на 90.
93 degrees you can see on info display. We continue fly around. Copy.
Пересекаем
We are crossing the axis of this station.
по телекамере чуть правее.
The video shows that a bit to the right.
Вас понял.
Continue. The range is inaudible.
Видно горизонт.
I see the horizon.
Принято.
Copy.
Дальность 5,5 метров.
The range is 5.5 squares, and we're continuing the fly around. Copy all. Continue fly around.
The International Space Station now flying over the South Pacific.
Выполнили разворот на 150 градусов.
150-degree maneuver complete, and we're continuing the fly around. The current range is 5 squares on the screen. Copy all. Please continue the fly around. Copy, it's in work. I have completed inaudible. The range is 5.5 squares, and we're continuing the fly around. Copy. We also see all the images, and we see that you are finishing the fly around currently. We have completed the fly around, and we will continue. We'll continue the fly around towards the MRM2. Copy. I can see the docking port. Copy.
Ryzhikov reporting a good visual on the docking port itself as he fine-tunes the orientation.
Copy.
Again, this view showing the cross-haired engineering camera on the Soyuz MS-17.
We have reached the range, and the vehicle position is being updated.
And the fly-around is complete. And at this time, Russian flight controllers are assessing the alignment of the vehicle to the Poisk module docking port before the go is given for final approach and docking.
Alignment confirmed, and the target is in the center of the periscope screen. Copy.
Готовности. Выполнить подлет до дальности 20 метров. Скорость сближения 0,2 метра в секунду.
Range 20 meters, and the range rate is 0.2. Yes, I have completed it. The current range is 37 meters. All of the crosshairs are aligned, and I'm ready to arm the command. Can you confirm? Yes, I'm ready for V5 command. Command sent, monitoring, Victor 5 command. D5 is not illuminated, D7, D9 command, illuminated, command illuminated, D17 illuminated, and C11 command illuminated. Updating the current position. Copy. SSP docking and internal transfer system mode ready. Copy. Docking target is in the center. All the crosshairs are aligned. Current range is 33 meters. The vehicle is stable, and I need your go to proceed to a distance of 20 meters from the station at the range rate of 0.2 meters per second. Yes, you are go.
Равнозадная скорость. Готовим команду.
Range rate set. Arming the command.
And the final approach has been initiated by Ryzhikov. The Soyuz will close in on the Poisk module at a closure rate of 1/10 of a meter per second. This final approach will take about 6 minutes.
Range 25 meters.
The Soyuz is now 25 meters away from its new port of call.
Getting closer to the range of 20 meters. And I'm currently decreasing the range rate from 0.06 to 0.15 to continue the approach to 3 meters. Copy all. Updating the vehicle position. Target is in the center, crosshairs aligned. No roll offset. Copy all. Am I going to send the command? Yes. Copy. Command sent. Docking port is clear. There are no FOD. And I am continuing with the final approach to the range of 3 meters. Copy, 3 meters.
Now in the home stretch of this relocation activity.
Range 15 and inaudible. Please continue final approach. Ten meters is the current range, and the docking target is below the squares. Copy.
The Soyuz now 10 meters away from the International Space Station. Range inaudible, and I'm ready to proceed with the station keeping. Copy. Updating current position. Copy. You're going to proceed with final approach. I'm starting to decrease the rate. Copy, and you're going to perform station keeping at 3-meter range. Station keeping complete. There is no offset on the roll axis. The docking target is in the center, crosshairs aligned. Copy. Position is being updated. And this is one more opportunity for station keeping to make sure we have a proper alignment between the Soyuz and Poisk.
Docking target is in the center, crosshairs aligned, no offset on the roll axis. I'm ready to finish up and proceed with the final approach. Yes, you are go to proceed with final approach in RODK, manual attitude, digital loop. And please provide detailed commentary because we are not receiving the video right now from the TV system.
We're in a period of handovers between satellites at this time, but should be regaining communications here shortly.
Standing by for contact. Copy. Please provide detailed commentary because we're not getting the video still. Standing by for contact. Contact confirmed. Copy. Copy. At 20:35. This is the time. Copy. Congratulations with the successful docking. RHT and THC controllers to neutral. Deactivating. The 8 command. 8 command selected.
Contact confirmed at 12:12 p.m. Central Time, 1:12 p.m. Eastern Time, as the International Space Station and the Soyuz MS-17 were flying over the South Atlantic, east of Argentina.
Sending the command. RODK. Mode deactivating. L2 command is being selected and sent. Copy. Manual attitude mode is deactivated. Copy. D9 command. D9 LED is not illuminated. Copy. Capture time. 20:12:35. That's correct. Section 1 pressure is 148. Spherical tank section 2 pressure is 185. Propellant value is 464. Copy. We're now on page 93. Switching to the wide lens. Monitoring, please arm our...
Once again, is a successful docking occurring at 12:12 p.m. Central Time, 1:12 p.m. Eastern Time, as the International Space Station and the Soyuz MS-17 were flying over the South Atlantic east of Argentina.
Please select S18 command. Please select SSVP docking and internet transfer system display on input 2 control panel. Copy all. Headlight deactivated. Copy. RPV 1 valve to close. It is closed now. Pressure at 2015 is 757. Copy. 757.
And the docking probe has now begun to retract.
Barrel pressure 765.
Again, the Soyuz MS-17 now at the Poisk module, setting the stage for the arrival of the Soyuz MS-18, which will carry 3 Expedition 65 crew members to the station next month.
Monitoring SSVP mode execution. Monitoring axis alignment. Copy. Electrical connectors mated LED illuminated at 12:16:17. Hooks open. LED is not illuminated. Copy.
And the hooks are starting to close to form a hard mate between Soyuz and Poisk.
I confirm that D15 is illuminated. Hooks are closed at 12:18. Inaudible copy. Hooks closed. Confirmed.
And we now have confirmation that the hooks are closed at 12:18 p.m. Central Time, 1:18 p.m. Eastern Time. So we have a hard mate between the Soyuz MS-17 spacecraft and the Poisk module.
Favore, I'm handing it over to the JCTC.
Again, we have confirmation that the hooks are closed. They were closed at 12:18 p.m. Central Time, 1:18 p.m. Eastern Time. So we do have a hard mate between the Soyuz MS-17 spacecraft and the Poisk module, to which the Soyuz flew a short distance around from the Rassvet module, opening up the Rassvet module for the arrival of the Soyuz MS-18, which will carry 3 Expedition 65 crew members to the station next month. That'll be NASA's Mark Vande Hei and Roscosmos' Oleg Novinsky and Pyotr Dubrov, and they are scheduled to launch to the station Friday, April 9th from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan.
Congratulations. All right, Sergey, I will not keep you any longer. All the best to you. Good luck. And good luck with the successful completion of your flight as well. Good luck. Thank you very much. Please pass my greetings to everyone, and goodbye now.
Again, inside the Soyuz MS-17 spacecraft at this hour is NASA flight engineer Kate Rubins, Soyuz commander Sergei Ryzhikov, and Russian flight engineer Sergei Kutsvertskov, now undocked after today's activity from the Rassvet module located on the Earth-facing port on the Russian segment of the station, to the Poisk module on the space-facing side, which you can see in this updated graphic of the current vehicles at the station.
Command is being sent. Command sent at 2020.
Rubins, Ryzhikov, and Kutsvertskov will now conduct about 2 hours worth of leak checks before we have confirmation of an airtight seal. The small vestibule or passageway between the Soyuz and Poisk module will be repressurized, and the crew will open up the hatches. And these 3 crew members will return to the International Space Station to resume their daily activities until their return to Earth in just 3 weeks, April 17th, in the Soyuz MS-17 that carried them to the space station in October 2020.
Copy.
And that landing will wrap up their 185-day stay aboard the station.
D8 command selected and sent. Monitor D11 not illuminated. D15 MS-15 is not illuminated, Gas-17 is not illuminated, S-11 is not illuminated, Rassvet mode executed is not illuminated, and we will switch to page 94 of the ODF now. And 8 minutes remaining for the first measurement out of the 15 minutes of the first measurement. Copy, yes, in 15 minutes. The next measurement, and we are deactivating the equipment now with your go and putting it to the orientation position. Yes, sir.
Again, a flawless undocking and redocking today at the controls of Sergei Ryzhikov, who manually transitioned the Soyuz away from the station to a position above the Poisk module for a docking at 12:12 p.m. Central Time, 1:12 p.m. Eastern Time, setting the stage for the arrival of the Soyuz MS-18 vehicle carrying 3 Expedition 65 crew members, NASA's Mark Vande Hei and Roscosmos' Oleg Novitsky and Pyotr Dubrov. Again, they are scheduled to launch to the station Friday, April 9th from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Looking ahead, NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hei will be available Tuesday, March 23rd for media interviews prior to his April launch to the International Space Station, marking his second spaceflight. The satellite interviews will take place as Vande Hei finishes training in Star City, Russia, and those will air live at 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on NASA TV, the NASA app, and the agency's website. With the Soyuz MS-17 now safely redocked to the Poisk module, that will wrap up our coverage today. This is Mission Control Houston.